house without a Christmas tree of one form or another come Christmas Eve. Here's how my family would get and mount that beautiful symbol of the Christmas season each year. First of all, you want to find just the right tree. My family used to drive up into the mountains near Ruidoso and cut our own tree. You don't want to get one that's too big, of course, but you also don't want to get one that's so small you couldn't even put one ornament on it without it falling over. However, have you ever noticed that when you're out in the woods, how some of those trees look so much smaller than all of the giants around them? But whenever you cut down one of those so much smaller trees and take it home, it seems to grow 2 sizes on the way, so it doesn't quite get into your house, which is really bad when you have a 10 to 12 foot high ceiling like my grandparents' house does. Well, we would have our much too large tree and take it home, and after my granddaddy had nailed the flat square board to the bottom of it, and we had drug it through the front door, raking pine needles off onto the floor all the way, we would set it up in the living room at the highest point of the ceiling, because if we didn't, it wouldn't fit. Then comes the decorating of the tree, which was always the most fun for me. The first step of the decorating process is always the lights. Oh, what fun they are. With all of their different colors and shapes and sizes. There are red ones, green ones, blue ones, gold ones, white ones, multicolored ones, ones that flash on and off, long, thin ones, big, round ones, even spiky ones, and all of them tangled into several balls of Christmas lights mess. It always seems that no matter how hard you try and hook the Christmas lights up all nice and neat, wound up and separated, they always seem to get all wound around each other and into themselves until they're one giant Christmas light blob. However, after we've gotten them all untangled, and my uncles called them every single name you could possibly think of, and even some you might not have ever even heard of before, nor want to, then comes the testing process. We would plug in each string separately and see if they worked. If they did, hooray! Then we can move on. But if not, then we have to go through the entire string and try to find that one bulb in the whole string that doesn't work. Once again, my uncle would find a lot of fun and inventive things to call those lights. As a child, for many years, I was under the strict impression that those lights would never work unless my uncle cursed at them at least a dozen times. Well, then after we've gotten them all untangled and made them work, or just tossed them in the corner saying we're going to throw that string away. You know that string that always shows up again next year and you still try to get it to work? Then comes the garlands. I say garlands, plural, because our tree was always so huge, one garland could not wrap around it. These two came in many different colors and types, and our tree was always wrapped in 5 or 6 different garlands, which only added to the multicoloredness of our tree. Next comes the ornaments. And now there's one thing you need to know about my family. We never get rid of anything. So you may well guess that every ornament we have ever bought, made, or received as a gift, we still have. Yes, we have lots and lots of homemade ornaments. Now, finding the right place to put each ornament is a little tricky, because you don't want to put any of the same ornaments too close together. And you also can't put any of the glass ones towards the bottom. My family's always had lots of dogs, and sometimes cats too. And there's always at least one of those dogs who has the longest, wildest tail. And that dog is bound to knock at least one ornament off the tree. We also learned some years ago that we can't put the presents under the tree. We have to put them on the table because the boy dogs will pee on them. Nothing like opening up an extra moist, extra smelly Christmas present on Christmas morning. But after we have gotten all of the ornaments placed in just the right spot, then comes the tinsel. Lots and lots of it. So much tinsel that even the dogs are covered in it, making them look like they're wearing some sort of Las Vegas share wig. Because, of course, they have to be right under your feet with anything that you're doing. And they also feel the need to walk right up against the Christmas tree as they go by. Last but not least is the angel, which in my family is a little white teddy bear dressed up like an angel. She is the crowning point of our Christmas tree and all the hard work we've put into it. And for some reason, no matter